What's going on, everyone? I've had a few friends make a request for me to kind of explain how this device that I use on my home system works here, since a lot of people are now working from home. I've had this for about 5 years now. I've had no problems with it so far. It's done everything I've needed to do, and it does work very well. This is called the Dell DisplayWink D3100. Like I said, I bought it about 5 years ago. I think they have brought out one newer version of this unit so far. Pretty much does the same thing, might have a few additional ports, but I'll go ahead and walk you through how everything works. So if you look here in the front, starting from the left, you do have a headphone jack here if you are using wired headphones. I know most people tend to use wireless ones, but if you do prefer the wireless one, this does give you the option. You do have 3 individual USB ports here. I mainly use these for charging devices, one to charge my wireless headphones, one to charge my external USB hard drive, and then the third one is occasionally used when I want to plug my phone into the computer if I need to do something, but that one usually sits pretty empty. But what's most important is actually the jacks we have in the back. So we'll take a look here. So moving on to the ports we have in the back, do keep in mind this does require its own power supply. The unit does come with its own power block. It does use a similar jack to the ones used by most Dell laptops, but if you're setting this up in a home office, do make sure you have one plug available. Hopefully you're using a surge protector for all the devices you have anyway, but it is going to require its own power supply in addition to being plugged into the computer. It cannot be powered by your laptop via the connection, so make sure you have an available cord. Also, the next one, this port right here, this is the only port that has to connect directly to your laptop. So it connects through here and then via USB to your laptop, and that's the only connection that you need between the two devices to make sure everything else works with the computer. Up next, you do have a DVI port. I know some people are huge fans of these. Some people prefer HDMIs. If you are exclusively using HDMI connected displays, you can get one of these for relatively cheap. That's what I use, as a DVI port that plugs in, and then HDMI in the back. They're pretty universal, so I can use 3 individual HDMI monitors in addition to the one screen that you have. You do get 2 HDMI ports here. These work both audio and visual with any of the any of the external monitors that I've used. I've had no problems with any different brands. I do use a Dell one right now. They work very seamlessly since my laptop, this unit, and the monitor are all of the same brand, but I have used multiple other monitors from Amazon, some brand name ones, some knockoff ones, and I've had no issues. This does also come with an Ethernet jack. Even if your computer is like mine, a lot of newer laptops don't have a native Ethernet port built into them because they're usually built to be thin for better portability. Even without that, this device does allow you to connect your laptop to an Ethernet connection for a stronger and faster connection without using up your Wi-Fi. And then you do also get 2 additional USB ports in the back. I usually use these ones for things that I don't have to move very often. So I usually plug in the very small USB port that controls my wireless keyboard and mouse. That one stays back there since I pretty much never have to move it. So now what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and plug everything back up. It takes a few minutes, and then we'll show you how everything works on the actual home setup. This is just a real quick overview of all the tech specs we just talked about. This is pulled straight from Dell's website. So in terms of functionality, I really have no complaints with how the system works with my unit. Excuse the cord mess here. I'd have to pull everything out to kind of get the unit out and kind of show you guys how everything works. But other than that, I have no problems with it affecting how fast my computer operates, how many applications I can run at a time. I do usually have 2 or 3 things working on each different screen at the same time with school. I'll be taking notes on one screen, have a book open on another screen, playing a video on another screen, and using the iPad, of course, at the same time. But I can run all of those at the same time. Of course, that has to do. Installing this does not, if you're concerned, slow anything down or impact your computer's performance at all. Of course, you might have a little bit more issues if you're looking to use this for gaming. I know people who do use it for gaming, and despite this setup with the colors, I personally don't. They've had no problems with it. I can't speak to it personally because I've never used it as a gaming setup, but I don't see why it would, as long as your computer is strong enough to handle it. So just to conclude, if you're looking for a docking station or a device that's going to make your home office setup or your home study setup a little bit more efficient, if you are looking to use a multiple monitor display as well as have a bunch of external devices plugged into your computer when you have limited USB ports, as most of our laptops have nowadays, this is definitely a good device for you. It's relatively inexpensive based on what you are getting. I think right now these are selling for just shy of $100, and you are getting multiple extra USB ports. You are getting an Ethernet connection if your device doesn't already have one. You are getting the ability to connect 3 additional monitors in addition to whatever monitor is already connected to your device. So it's a pretty safe bet. There's not a lot of downsides I can see. The drivers are readily available. Everything you need is going to come in the box. I do highly recommend this, especially for students, so you can have multiple different things going on while you're trying to study and prepare for your exams. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe down at the bottom. Comment with anything else you want to know. I'm here to help you if needed. Thanks for watching. Have a nice one.